Well, we have a very light slate in the NHL tonight, but it doesn't mean we don't want to talk that hockey. We got Geoff Ulrich, Adam Kaufman. How are you, Moose?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, a little light Friday action going on here in NHL.
3K twine contest, obviously in the DraftKings lobby. You've got the Blues and Ducks going at it, a showdown contest a little bit later on tonight. Who stands out to you in the captain spot?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got the Ducks here. I mean, not a good team at all, but the Blues have not been playing well either. So, I mean, this is kind of, this feels like a game where you could see a lot of goals just because, neither side playing good defensive hockey right now. I like going up to, or going down, I guess, to Vladimir Tarasenko in the captain spot. I mean, look, Tarasenko obviously coming back from massive injury. He hasn't done that much, but at the same time, you look over his last couple games, he's getting aggressive again. 10 shots on goal over his last 2 games. Now he's going up against the Ducks. They're bottom 10 in terms of shots allowed. They don't have a good penalty kill at all. They're just a bad team who allows a lot of scoring chances. This does feel like a game where the Tarasenko line with Jaden Schwartz, Braden Shen, they can get on track. I like stacking them, if you're playing classic lineups as well tonight. But for this showdown, it really does feel like Tarasenko is building to kind of, a multi-goal game here. Don't forget, this is a player who has scored 30 goals or more in the NHL multiple times. He's a very, very talented winger. He's going to break out eventually. I like targeting him here as a captain because, again, we've got such a weak defensive team in the Ducks. I think you got to target one of the Blues goal scorers.
Where are you going to find value then?
Yeah, again, I mean, Troy Terry has been interesting. He's been pretty productive for the Ducks, playing on their second line. Look, the Ducks are just starting a bunch of young kids in their top 6 right now. All these guys are complete boomer bust targets. None of them are really producing on a nightly basis, but Terry has been consistent, 5 points now over his last 5 games. Again, playing kind of in that top 6 second line role. The Blues are just not playing good defensive hockey. So realistically, I think you can take a shot with someone on the Ducks. And I think Terry does make a lot of sense. He's kind of been that consistent force there for them. I also don't mind Vince Dunn on defense here for the St. Louis Blues. Again, getting power play exposure. You could pair him with a guy like Tarasenko easily, because I do think you should be targeting the Blues offense a lot in this showdown. But Dunn's only 6K. He's playing big minutes. He's also getting block shots and stuff. So he's giving you a chance at that kind of double bonus with the shots on goal and block shots. I like targeting him and Jaden Schwartz there down in the 6K range. All things considered, you probably don't want to play more than a couple Ducks, but there's a couple Blues out there like Schwartz and Dunn I really like for value in this one.
There are 2 games on the NHL's late slate starting at 10 Eastern for Winnipeg. You've got Andrew Copp, of course, coming off that monster performance against Vancouver. 4 goals, Geoff. He's not going to do that again, I recognize, but any interest in going back to him at $4,500?
I mean, you could definitely go back to him. I think the only thing I'd say is, he's obviously he's playing in a third line role right now. I mean, he's not, he's not really on their power play or involved in anything like that. So it was a nice breakout, playing alongside Adam Lowry down there at 3,500. You could go really cheap there, but again, we only have a 2-game slate here we're talking about on the late slate. And I'm just not sure if you definitely need to. I think I would rather, if I'm playing a Jet, I would rather go up into their top 6, a guy like Nick Ehlers there. So, Copp, again, if you need value, he's playing really well. I like him as a player too. He's very versatile. He's a guy who can slot in the top 6, but his role right now is a little bit reduced. Again, I think if you're looking in his price range, I think even just, going down to a guy like Phil Kessel at 3,600 tonight, going up against the San Jose Sharks. The San Jose Sharks have allowed 86 shots on goal over their last 2 games. Phil Kessel's playing 18 minutes a night. He's got a bit more of an involved role than Andrew Copp. So I kind of like the value getting a guy like Kessel or even other Coyotes forwards tonight over Copp.
Let's remember, though, Copp, while he's not as cheap as Kessel and some of the guys, that you could hone in on, it's not like he's expensive either. So if there's someone that you want to pay up for here on this 2-gamer, who is it?
Yeah, I mean, Evander Kane is in a pretty good spot tonight. I mean, he's probably going to be chalky on the 2-game slate, and that's fine. But, the Coyotes are really banged up in net. They're probably going to start Aiden Hill again, which is their 3rd stringer. I mean, he's had save percentages under 0.90 in 3 of his last 5 starts. He's allowed 3 or more goals in 5 straight starts. Quite frankly, the Coyotes just don't really have a good goalie right now. And that's definitely going to open up things for the San Jose top line. I mean, Evander Kane, 7,500. You look at between him and Nick Ehlers. I like both these guys. I mean, I do feel like you can just put Ehlers and Kane in and go from there because there are good values out there like Kessel. You could even play Copp again, but Realistically, I like paying up for both the top wingers on this slate. I mean, Ehlers is averaging over 3 shots on goal per game over his last 10 games. The Flames, they've been okay defensively, but they're also coming off multiple losses to the Ottawa Senators. I think all things considered, I'd lean Kane over Ehlers, but you can probably fit both those guys in on the slate.
Let's move from DFS over to the DK Sportsbook. Any team jump out at you on the puck line tonight?
Yeah, for puck line purposes, I mean, St. Louis does feel like, again, their offense has to get going here at some point. I mean, minus 1.5 on the puck line, plus 125 going up against Anaheim. I mean, that's probably where I would lean. Again, the matchup for Arizona, San Jose is a team I kind of like to target, but they're starting their third string goalie. The Jets, actually coming in as underdogs. So if I'm going to bet the Jets, it's probably going to be on the money line at plus 108. I think the Blues here, if you're looking for a puck line play, the Ducks are just so bad. The Blues have not played well of late either, but I really feel like this is a spot where the Blues offense probably going to get off. And, this line could even get up a little bit because I don't think the Blues are like a high sentiment target or anything. So if I'm targeting one team on the puck line tonight, it's definitely going to be St. Louis. I'm not really interested in the Ducks as an underdog play. So St. Louis plus 125 on the puck line tonight. Yeah, I'm a little bit interested there for sure.
Jets and Flames have the highest goal total tonight. That's set at 6. Are you inclined to go over or under?
I would lean the under here. Connor Hellebuck coming off a couple really good performances. Hellebuck's sort of last month or so hasn't really been up to his standards. But again, he's stopped 60 of his last 61 shots now coming into this game. If he's playing well, like the Flames have scored twice over their last 3 games. This is not an offense that does anything well, quite frankly. They don't really have a good power play, so they can't even really take advantage of like a weak Jets penalty kill. If the Flames are going to win this game, they're also probably going to get good goaltending from Jakob Markstrom or whoever starts a net for them. So, if the Flames are going to win, it's probably going to be more like a 3-2 game. And the Jets, even if they put up 5, are the Flames really going to like put up 2 goals against Hellebuck in this kind of form? I don't think you can count on them for that. So I actually really like the under here in this Jets Flames game. Again, Flames 2 goals in their last 3 games against Ottawa. That's terrible. So give me the under here.
So with the few games that we do have left on the slate tonight, do you have a favorite bet over on the DK Sportsbook?
Yeah, so I'm going to target, let's talk about the San Jose Coyotes game quickly. I do like the over here. Again, I talked about the Coyotes starting Aiden Hill and net. That really takes away from any sort of under prospects for me. So again, a goalie who's allowed 3 goals or more in each of his last 5 starts. The Sharks goalies have played well, like Martin Jones is playing well, but again, the Sharks are allowing like 40 shots on goal every night here over the last little bit. Eventually that dam is going to break, so to speak. So at 5.5, I would take the over there. Again, if we're looking at player props, look at Phil Kessel. He's plus 165 to go over 2.5 shots on goal per game. He's playing over 16 minutes a night. The San Jose Sharks, as I've talked about, they're allowing a ton of shots on goal, 3rd most per game in the league. We saw those Dustin Brown over shots on goal totals hit. I like Phil Kessel at really nice odds to go over 2.5 shots on goal here.
Geoff Ulrich, he's not always in Simland, but he's always on the Dream Stream. Thanks, pal.
Always. Thanks.